Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to give you some of my best secrets about food delivery. I'm talking about DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, so on and so forth. Now, I want to make it clear I no longer do these. I no longer drive for DoorDash. I no longer drive for Instacart or Uber Eats because I just don't have the time. I loved doing it, guys. It gave me a lot of extra money. I got to write off a lot more things on my taxes. There were just so many positive things about rideshare and food delivery, and I got to do it on my time when the kids were asleep, after work, and it paid off a lot of my credit card bills, paid a lot of my debt off, and we got to take some vacations due to these apps. So I am pro independent contractor, pro rideshare companies, okay? So let me give you the first piece of advice that I learned from 4 years of doing it. Number one is you got to learn to save gasoline, okay? A lot of these guys like to drive around because that's what the app's training sessions teach you to do. They say, oh, you got to drive around to get more deliveries or more rides. This is false. This is one of the biggest falsehoods in the industry, because it really depends on the area you're in. So for me, I was doing it the majority of the time in Ventura County in California. So what I would do is I'd start the app at home. So I'd be sitting at home, I'd start the app, I go, okay, I'm gonna do this for 4 hours tonight. I'd start at, let's say 7 p.m. and I'd turn on the app, right? And as soon as I turn on the app, it could be 10, 15, 20 minutes, all of a sudden I get an alert that there's a delivery. Boom. Okay, that's the first time I get in the car, start the car, and head down to go get the food. Go pick up the food, and then what I do is I go deliver it, obviously. And after I've delivered it, I park within 5 or 6 blocks away from the delivery house. I shut off the engine, and I wait for another one. It saves fuel, it saves gas, because you never know where that food delivery may come from. Now, I took every single delivery. It didn't matter if it was $3, it didn't matter if it was $2, it didn't matter if it was $10. That's a secret number two that nobody realizes. The algorithm, there is an algorithm for this. The algorithm takes care of those that always accept. Now, I know it sucks because there's a lot of people who don't tip, and that's very sad. And to be honest with you, that's kind of pathetic of the person to not tip a person for delivering their food, okay? But that's their choice. But the more food deliveries you accept, whether it's through Uber Eats, whether it's through DoorDash, whether it's through Instacart, the more deliveries that will come to your phone. This is true. No matter what the apps say, I have tested it myself. It is very, very positive thing for you to accept all the meal deliveries you can. Because if you do 10 deliveries at, let's say, an average of $6 over 4 hours, that's $60. If you do it the way I did it, you should be spending no more than $10 or $12 in gasoline, okay? So when I used to fill up my Hyundai Santa Fe, my 6-cylinder Hyundai Santa Fe, and I used to do all these food deliveries, when I did my food delivery nights, it would take me 1 week to go through a tank of gasoline. So I would do between $240 and $250 a week, including tips, in gross revenue. And I'd probably spend about $80 in gasoline. So I was netting about $160 to $170 a week after gas. And I wasn't putting very much mileage on my car. And this is where the third thing comes into play. The third thing that comes into play is make sure you get a debit card or credit card that pays you back at the pump. Now, this takes a lot of discipline if it's a credit card. If it's a credit card, it takes a lot of discipline because you got to make sure that you pay off the card at the end of every month. You don't just keep the cash. So like if you make that $250 a week extra, okay, and you're spent $80 in gas like I was, you need to put that $80 aside and pay off the card at either every week, every other week, every month. Pay it off. Do not let that credit card balance go up, because if you get 2 or 3% cash back, you're gonna get an extra tank of gasoline in cash back rewards. It's just free money, guys. Okay? It's free money for you to have a card. I'm going to show you without showing my digits, okay? I have the Uber card. Now the Uber card is a debit checking account. I use it for actually all my business transactions. So like my direct deposit for YouTube, even though I'm no longer driving Uber, I still use this business debit card for all my deposits for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Everything goes on this card because when I fill up gasoline or I spend money on gasoline, it pays me 2% cash back. And it's not a credit card. So I instantaneously get it into my account. I don't have to fiddle online like I do with my Discover card or my Capital One card. Okay. So these are just some of the tips that I try to give you that are basics for food delivery, like DoorDash, Instacart, things like that. The other little bonus tidbit I want to give you is going to be here in the top of the page. Just click on that link right there, and there's some more advice for you on how this gig economy works.